Hey, my name's Autumn Skerritt. I'm a site reliability engineer at Security. Today I'll be talking about misconceptions programmers have about names in the UK, particularly the concept of names and how legal names work and defined, not necessarily the data structures that define names. Contrary to popular belief, names do not exist in the UK. They may exist in other countries, like America, but the UK doesn't have a ministry of names. There's no concept of a legal name in the UK necessarily. There is a sort of legal name, but a legal name is sort of defined as a name you're commonly known by, according to this case of law in 1979. There is no name registry or law that defines what names really have to be. If you want to change your name, you can create a default, create an elected default, or just do it. Over the next couple of slides, we'll be talking about each of these in more detail, as well as how to do this yourself quite easily. Defaults are very easy. You copy this bit of text, this paragraph, onto any bit of paper, toilet paper, Google Doc, anything really. And then you can use this to change your name. I've done this to my driving license. It's very easy. Elected defaults are where you write to the courts to buy an advert in the Gazette. A lot of people think elected defaults are more legal than unelected. That's not true. They're both just as legal as each other. And there's no reason why you should really buy an advert or write to the courts. I didn't do it. Because names are just what you're commonly known by, you can just wake up one day and say, this is now my legal name, and that's legal. That's how the law works. It's completely down to the company you're registered with to define what your name is. So they may prefer IDs or otherwise. You can have multiple names too. Beatrice could be called B.O.B., B.O. Beatrice, and that's two legal names. If there's confusion over what your name is, normally a driving license or a passport would be used, but it depends on the company you're registering with. And names can be anything as long as it's not breaking the law. So no racism or terrorism or any like deception. You could really go wild here, pick whatever your name you want. Names are made of first names, surnames, or title of nobilities. There's actually no law requiring a name in the UK. Legally, your name can be null. When you get a birth certificate, you might have to put a surname down, but if you're not known by it, then it's not your name. Your first name can also include middle names. Middle names are not a separate name like some website forms have. They're actually part of your first name. So the name Beatrice Rosie Holloway, you'd be known as Beatrice Rosie, and your last name's Holloway. Suffixes such as junior, senior, the third, the fourth, etc. are all part of your surname. So people like King Charles IV, the fourth is his surname. King Charles is his first name. Well, King would be like a denominator. Because you don't have to have a name, it's possible not to have a name, but it's not practical in our society. One letter names, you could also go up to infinite amounts of names. There's no maximum length of a name, but also no minimum defined. Non-alphabetical characters allowed too, like the number 4 or punctuation marks. In practice, they're probably going to be written out. So if your name's B4, it'll be written B4 where 4 is spelled out. Emoji names are also possible. I know someone called Unicorn. In practice, again, their name's normally written out to be Unicorn. Places like the DVLA do not support Unicode or especially emojis. That'd be cool though. In English class, we're taught that names are capitalized. There's no law that says this. There's actually no rule that says this. Go back to your English GCSE class and tell them they were wrong. Your name could be lowercase if you want it to be. There's nothing stopping you from doing this. Names don't have to be assigned at birth. You have to generally put a surname down, but some people may not do that straight away. They may be too busy with the trauma of birth to do that. And you may just forget and never give your child a name. So it's possible to go through life without a name. Names don't have to follow any written alphabet. They can actually be vocal sounds. Using the International Phonetic Alphabet would be how we'd write them, I suppose. But your name doesn't have to be any form of language or any form of written text. It could just be sounds. You can change your name every second, actually, since names are what you're known by. I wrote a program that writes a default every time my friend submitted a Google form. So it changed my name all the time, which is very funny to me at the time. Conclusion, names are weird and do not work like how you'd imagine them to be. To be inclusive, you still have to care about them. But if you care about them and implement some things I've talked about, that you'll be making more inclusive and international application. Thank you for this talk.